off the shelf, bloody steppes of Crimea, 1854. Looking at a division against division fight on a part of the Balaclava battlefield. Looking at combat effects. Yeah, withdrawal, artillery fire. Yep. So there's a lot here. I'm glad I took a break. Glad I paused here. Oh my. Oh yay. So the artillery here fired twice, using 2 movement points each. It's the British activation, so it's an active British artillery, and this unit rolled 2 zeros, which was great. Well, actually, I'm not sure about that now. I'm going to go ahead and make this a way that allows me to continue, but I'm not sure about this. So the first time they attacked, I did something wrong. They were supposed to withdraw. I think they're supposed to withdraw, assuming that the 2 attacks by the artillery are... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, are these attacks cumulative or are they sequential? Because after the first attack, I guess I do have to figure this out. Because after the first attack, they were supposed to withdraw 1 hex. In which case, if they withdrew here, then the second shot, I think, would be blocked by this unit. So I do need to figure out. It was 2 results of 1/2. In other words, 2 strength points. I mean, that's lost by the unit on top. And 4 movement points altogether. And what does that mean again? For the passive unit. I got the withdraw part. Oh, and we had a double withdraw. So, what is a double withdraw? This can all be figured out. It's just this is not a basic game. This is actually a fairly weighty game to just try to walk into blindly. Not blindly, but if you're a experienced novice like me, it is quite a bit. It all makes sense though. But so I do need to figure. Do you just keep adding up the results here? How do you do that? One thing I picked up, I never would have picked this up except I saw it in the rules, is that at the end of this activation, when the disorganized marker is on that top unit, and I thought that the marker has to be for unit. It is for unit, but at the end of the activation, they're not separated. So in other words, when you have a stack like this, technically you have the front unit, which is the top unit like that, disorganized. At the end of the activation, the whole stack is disorganized. So that unit underneath is going to be disorganized anyways. In other words, there is no reason to worry about at the end of the activation anyways. I don't know about during the activation. Maybe yes, maybe no, I don't know. But at the end of the activation, you cannot have disorganized and organized units in the same hex, and they all become disorganized. So let me try to find out. Well, I guess I do need to know whether these 2 attacks are cumulative or sequential. Okay. Wow. I'm enjoying the game so much. The rules are not a problem. Oh, I know what I was going to say. This is hard going. There is no doubt. This is hard going, but I'll say it's It's about on par with the Death Ride series, so I know it's doable, but it's hard going. I'm doing something totally wrong. So these markers, I don't know why I got off and thought that these were only for lost movement points. They're not. They're for the combination of strength and movement points. So when I look at all of the combat tables here, all of them, the maximum loss of strength and movement points together in one attack is this one here, 2-3 or 2-3, for a total of 5. So basically in one attack you can lose from 0 to 5 strength points / movement points together. I should say you can lose a combination of up to 5 strength and movement points. When you go down here to the withdrawal disorganization table, you can see that it goes from 1 to 4. The point being that when you hit, let's see, when you hit, let's see, when you exceed, reaches a number resulting in automatic disorganization. So why? I thought this aligned, but I guess it doesn't. I mean, when you hit 4, maybe it should be exceed, but that says reaches a number resulting in an automatic disorganization. Well, anyway, in any case, you're going to combine these. So this marker is going to show the combined losses. And it clearly says for both sides, loss of movement points / strength point. It looks like they're always together, movement points / strength points, when we're talking about these markers and we're talking about that table. All right, so should be marked with lost movement points, strength points. That's these. This applies to units of both players. Okay, so first of all, that was just wrong. So I need to remember that that's a combination. Oh man, I didn't get any resolution on anything else. Oh, I know what. I didn't get a resolution on sequential or cumulative, whether I'm supposed to wait and conduct all these attacks and add them all up and then do a result, or whether the artillery unit expends 2 movement points to attack, to fire, and then you do the results, then it goes again. I really didn't get that. So even though I would want to go here, I'm going to go here just to exercise the rules, because then I'm going to say that was the second 0 modified to 1, or was it 2? 1, I think. So, but now we have the double disorganization. So I think there's a morale check. In this game, I think you're always checking the morale of the top unit. Top unit is disorganized. So I think, yeah, I think his morale is dropped 1. Let's see what it says. Oh. Thought there was a morale table. Is there not a morale table? Modifiers? Huh. Alright, let me check morale checks. Alright, in this case they rolled a 0. They easily passed their morale check. The only modifier I can see, not including having their commander stacked with them, which, oh, that's, I think they apply the leader's morale modifier, but he doesn't have a leader with them. It's only 1 less because they're disorganized, so it's a morale of 5. By the way, do I use the top unit's reduced morale, or do I use the best morale in the stack? I'm not sure. Kind of implied both. They easily passed that with a 0. Now, if they had failed that morale check, they are routed. But now I'm wondering, is it the unit on top that would route leaving the other unit, or would the stack route? I'm not sure, but in this case, I guess is the 3 still on there or not? I've lost track, but I like the game. I like the game, but it's not easy. I guess the major lesson here is I started off having no idea how much firing was involved. I like a lot of firing, frankly. I just do. So that's not an issue for me. But there's a lot more firing. The rules, by the way, kind of imply, but I'm going to look for more evidence. But it kind of implies that when the artillery unit fires twice, that's one attack. In which case, maybe I am supposed to be totaling up all the results here, and then administering the results or effects, the combined. It all comes down to the combined effects. I mean, this has to be, well, this doesn't have to be, but I think this is significant if let me see a good example. All right, there's I'm just seeing more and more things that give me pause and question. See, now I wonder if, well, okay, skirmish units can fire on other skirmish units, for example. Okay, all right, that's okay, but if, all right, so basically if their stock MPs are basically the average of 5, all right, for infantry units, an average of 5, and it costs 2 for every what's called salvo here, which is funny because salvo isn't used in the rule book for infantry, but okay. I mean, that means if a unit is just firing during their activation. So a unit in, well, really any of these, well, let's use the top 3. A unit in assault column, company column, or line is fire attacking twice during its own activation, plus 1 during the player's reaction. Strength in the fire combat 0. Okay. So I do need to come to my own idea about this multiple salvos and what constitutes an attack, because, okay, the rules say a unit can only be attacked once during an activation, if I remember correctly. Are they talking about just assaulting? Or which would make sense, in which case attack in that sense doesn't mean fire? I think I need to hammer down what the term attack means in the rules. Yeah, I think I do.